Hey everyone. So today we're talking about the SLOs Survey result from last semester. I'm in the testing, so that's why I'm shielded. So we have 88 responses out of 365 students. So in our discussion today, I'm going to post this, and just as a school, as a faculty, what do you think that says about just faculty offering our students this survey, which is required? What do you think that says about our faculty, and what does it say about our students? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. I like to work by myself. We have the 88 usually, okay? And then you can take a look at all of these things down here and think about it as a teacher. Try to think, what does this say about our school, okay? I prefer to work in groups, usually. I come to class on time. What does it say about our school? Folks are coming to school on time. So as an administrator, right, I really want to see always. I'd love to see number 3 be all blue all the time, right? With a very little sliver of nothing, right? 4, I know how to use Zoom and Meet. The fact that that says 92 is really a sign of our times, right? It's really an impressive, huge technical jump that we've made, right? I use email, text message, cell phones. So this is super impressive because last year for SVAE, it was 0. And so we only have 88 responses. I really would encourage you to have all of your students fill out the SLOs so we can have accurate data. This just shows they really need to invest in us the way we invest in them. We need the data, right? I know how to use the following Google Suite tools. Check all that apply. So this is really good information. 16%, we need to really work on those. So if it's 16% out of 88, that's disappointing, right? That's a disappointing percentage, and it just needs that. It's a message that teachers need to do better in this area as well. I write goals for my class. I write goals for this class, right? So this is student perspective, students. So do students write goals all the time, right? 60% say sometimes, right? 21% say never. So what are they doing when they come to class and they're in their warm-up? Are they participating in the warm-up, or like, do so many students come so late they miss the warm-up and then they just miss you teaching the goals probably, right? So how can we as a faculty address these issues? Really important. I use the internet more now for research, so this is a huge data point for us. I wish we had the other 200 some odd students that are missing from this data. That would be really useful to me. I can use Microsoft Office tools. This is huge. This is great. It shows that they're much more tech savvy with old-fashioned technology than the cloud computing. So we need to do better with that. I've received grades. So there's something going on here. I wonder why. They haven't received grades. Maybe they have incomplete work. But this is great. 70%. They have a good sense of how they're doing. I improved in my spelling. I love this. This is great. It's a great statistic for our school. Shows some improvement here. The classroom environment is supportive. Huge testimony to our staff. This is a great data point. Number 12. I just wish I had the other 200 students who didn't respond, because that would really be a useful data point for us. Class sessions are well planned and organized. Love this. It's really good that students are feeling it's well planned and organized. It's a great, important data point for us to sit back and reflect on. Remember, this is a student perspective. That's why we really need the student perspective. All of our stakeholders have to have buy-in. So it's really, really important that we get that buy-in from our students, right? So we can really understand how they are learning in our classes, right? I can say or write what I've learned after each class. Only 50%? Oh, that's rough. This hurts me. The 14. I really want this to be larger. So I would kind of go over this with my class. I would go over the data points with them. And I would discuss these things with them, right? Present it to them, talk to them about it. I've started to add copies of my work to my digital portfolio. So we need to do better on this. 70%, 75% of our adult students are not working their digital portfolio, and that's after a semester of work. So we need to work on that. We need to make sure that our adult students have their resumes, their cover letters, their data points, their summary of their grades, all of those things, their SMART goals. We need to make sure we're doing a better job of that. I know how to save documents to the cloud. Okay, they're learning. I'm impressed by this data, actually. 16 is actually impressive. Because last year, this would have been all red, right? All of our students, I would bet 100% didn't know how to do that. So that's a testimony to us. Great job. Good job. 17, I take responsibility for my own progress, right? This is great. So this is in direct contravention to some data that I saw previously, because if you're taking responsibility for your own progress, why are you not writing down your goals? So for my students who are saying, oh, I have more than 86% of these students are like, I take responsibility, and yet I would have a conversation with them and go, and yet, why aren't you coming to class on time? Why aren't you doing your goals? Make sure you have a conversation with them. 18, I understand the importance of time management. Really? Then how come you're not coming to class on time and writing down your goals? So all of this data is meant to highlight for them how we're doing, just as they are doing. How are they doing with their school, right? Their goals for school. I'm working at my own pace that's comfortable for me. Looks like we're pushing 22%, 22% out of 88. That is, I think we have a lot of environmental factors that lead into this data. We could have a conversation about that as a faculty. Like, obviously, they're uncomfortable. It's COVID. This is a completely different way to do school. So we'd have to drill down and have a conversation with our class about that. And these are definitely things that work out. This is really good data for us. 20, 45 are, they have jobs and they're still coming to school. I help my family members with their schoolwork. I sure wish I had the other 200 school students here so that I would be able to give some accurate data, because this is really good information for us. It actually ties into our online application and our WIOA and CAPE funding surveys. So it'd be great if we could get the full picture by having all of the SLOs done. 22, I now have a more understanding respect for people. I like that. Okay, that's really important. 1% said no. Okay, I can appreciate that honesty. I would drill down and kind of have a conversation about this data with my students. I've improved my problem solving skills. Obviously, we're super excited about this response, right? Really excited about it. Remember, we have AWD, adults with learning some problems. So we need to make sure that we're reaching all of our subgroups, all of our stakeholders, and this is a really good barometer for us to do these surveys. I've improved in my writing skills. We really like that. Speaking skills, I feel like that should be better. The red should be smaller. My teacher tells me about my progress. This is great. 75%. That's great. Maybe if you're coming to class late, you might miss that. You might be missing the opportunity when the teacher is letting So this data, I would say, well, why aren't you getting that information? It could be because of COVID, lack of technology, lack of reach to the teacher. It could be they're coming late, they're leaving early, work schedule. There's so many factors as to why they don't know about their progress. I'm aware of that. I've used skills I've learned in this class outside my classroom. Really like that. It's great statistic. We really want our red area to go down because we want to be relevant. We want to be teaching them relevant. We don't want to be teaching them dusty curriculum. I have a great understanding of my abilities. This is great. Good job. Because that's part of what we're here for too, to hone the reason why they're here. And that's why goal setting is super important. I can ask questions. This is really great. I would like to take more classes. This is fantastic. So we definitely want to give this data to our guidance counselors, let them know. And this was really an open-ended short answer, right? What do you like best about your class? I would say go ahead and have a nice read. Some of your students mentioned you by name, which I think is really great. Kudos to you guys. Have a look at this. This is amazing. Really good information. It's a really nice way for us to see all of our students talk to us and give us good information. I sure wish we had the other 200 who didn't do this. So please have them go back if you could and get this data to us. It's really good information. It helps us get a good picture of how we're doing and things that work out for us and what's working for them. They're our stakeholders and we need their input to improve our skill. Okay, really, really important. So if you take a look at those. And then the last question was other comments. And then some folks didn't really have much to say. We see that even Dr. Safari's students and Ms. Miller's students all participated. They really, really like the Burlington. I love to see that. Kudos about liking the school. So you know what? We really need the other 200. So if I could go ahead and have you all post your thoughts in the discussion. And if I could ask you to go ahead and get another 200 responses. We'd really like to have every student do this. Really, really important. So I'll put that in the hello unit, that the SLOs outcome, the student learning outcome, is really what we always want to go back to. We want to talk about our mission and vision when our students come to our classes. It's kind of part and parcel of what we do here to talk about the standards and the student learning outcomes. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.